Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Alliance War. After taking last season off, trying to get back in the swing of doing Alliance War fights, first war up for us in season 47 is against GL. I'm going to be on path 3 in section 1, path 7 in section 2, and then I've got one of the shared mini boss fights. So, the team I'm bringing in, Titania, OG Iron Man, and Apocalypse. This first fight went back and forth on who I was going to use for it. It went between using Apocalypse with Cable to get him ramped up, to using Silk, to using Human Torch, to where I finally landed on Titania. The fear in this fight isn't from the node, it's from Chavez herself and the AI. My fear in this was really getting the AI that is just wanting to throw random heavies. You know, so I figured Titania was probably the safest. She's got her own indestructible. I threw on an invuln boost. My fear is just her getting to a special 2, getting back against the wall, getting hit, things like that. And you can see there's 2 heavies back to back. And it just kind of ramps up her power gain when she throws her special 1. So plan, just bait a lot of specials. Bait them early. If she throws a heavy, we're going to try and just slow play it. It's not the fastest, it's not the safest. Really just wanting to get through the fight without her reaching a special 2. We did get into a good pattern there. We get to the point where she is just throwing specials for the most part. Her charges drop off. So now I can step back. I can safely throw a special 3. There we go. And now we're just going to go in for the heavies. And of course the AI, when it shouldn't throw a special, throws one right away. And, not a big deal. Was indestructible. Don't need Titania again for another fight, but I finished with 100% health. And the first war fight of the season is down. Feeling pretty good at that point. The first 2 fights, like I said, hard time deciding which champion I was going to use. Once I decided on Titania, it was pretty much easy going from there. This next fight, not expecting it to be difficult either. It's an Emma Frost. Once again, the nodes really don't do much to help Emma in this one. Gonna go in with OG Iron Man. Plan is to get an armor break on her, so throw special 1 so you can do easy, parry stuns to get openings, and then just block specials. She is a tactic defender, so typically you would have to look out for the root and the unblockable, but the nice thing about OG Iron Man now is he can block unblockables. So there you go. You can see I blocked that. I dex out of the second part of it, and then just go in, and it's going to be rinse and repeat. We're going to block the first part. We're going to dex the second part. The nice thing about it is, she's hitting into my block. She's doing things like that, just increasing my armors to help me get to arc overload. And then once you get to arc overload, the damage ramps up, and it's a nice time from there on. So you can see here, we're 40 seconds in, she's roughly 40% down, not the fastest fight in the world once again, but safe, effective. And here we go. So we're going to go ahead now and launch this special 2 with the arc reactor up, and that finishes her off. Decent damage on that. All right, now we're going to jump into where the nerves kicked in. I don't like fighting Korg at all, in any mode, at any time, let alone war. This fight, figured I had a decent plan coming in. Going to use APOC, easy parries, 4 lights, when he has his rock shield up. Shouldn't be too hard. He does have the make a stand node, so I do have to knock him down to do any damage. That is what I discounted. You'll see coming in here, the start of this fight goes exactly like I had planned it. I do have the mutant special attack boost and the mutant power back boost on, because I planned on rinsing and repeating special 2s. Here we go. So we're up to a special 2, just like we wanted. We get the heavy knockdown. He throws a special 1. Here's where my first mistake comes from. I should have punished it, and I sat back. Now I'm going to throw my special 2, but his rock stacks come back. So not only do I take some, damage from his rock stacks, I put a concussion on him, and if you look, he's healing up. So he's got the protection on, he's healing. I am doing no damage. We're 40 seconds in, and he's only 10% down. I knock him down again, go to beta special 2. I kind of refresh that concussion buff, debuff on him. So he's just constantly healing. I stun him. He heals for 400 some, every tick. So you can see now, over the last 20 seconds, he's gained at 2%. I'm a little worried at this point that I'm going to time out, that I'm not going to be able to get him down. My thought process of rinsing and repeating special twos is going out the window. I'm trying to get his rock stacks down. I'm trying to get the protection down. I'm trying to get it all to line up and be timed out good. I finally get both down, get a special 3 off. During the special 3, I'm trying to think through, okay, how am I going to change my approach? What am I going to do different? I've got to work more on the timing. I've got to keep that protection down. And then I get hit by a special 2 right away. Starting to really worry about my health now, because I know I'm going to take chip damage as well throughout all this. Throw a special 1 just to get, another debuff on him, so I'm doing a little bit more damage. But at the same time, you can see there, he's still healing up. I miss a parry, 40% health. Now I'm starting to really sweat. There, I completely ignored that he had rock stacks up and hit into him. Here I'm just going to take all the special 1 into block, but I do punish it so that I can get a special 2 off. And finally, I get a full special 2 combo off, mostly full special 2 combo off before his rock stacks come back. Now it's just a matter of getting him to throw a special. He is healing up again, and gonna hit into him to remove his rock stacks, get a heavy off, and okay, we're finally starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. We're gonna do 1 more special 2. We're down to about 34% health, but for the first time in the fight, 2.5 minutes in, we're winning the health war. Couple more hits. I'm going to throw a special 1. I don't care at this point. I want to knock him down. I want to get out of this fight. I am willing myself, saying I am not going to lose this fight in my first war to a non-tactic defender on what should be a much easier fight. Ooh. Yes, it's going to take quite a few heals to heal up, but it is not a death. So there we go. 3 minutes. Yes, there was some more time left on the clock. Yes, I probably didn't have to sweat and worry as much as I did, but I did anyway. So the next fight up, I took a couple seconds there to catch my breath. Not anything to really worry about on this node. He's not going to purify any of my debuffs since I am using APOC. Once again, have the mutant boost on. I'm going to go ahead and throw another Power Start 1 boost on there. Yeah, I used a lot of 3-minute boosts in this one, but I wanted to really be safe and comfortable in this war. So here we go. Second wind, power creep, standing in fear. Nothing really here to worry about. Like I said, he is not going to purify any of my debuffs. This fight, it's just a matter of baiting special 1s. There we go. Sometimes the AI in this game really gets to me with not throwing specials. That one wasn't too terrible. Still, it's nerve-wracking and feels a heck of a lot longer when you're in a war fight and you're trying to get him to throw special. So that's really the whole part of this fight is I like fights where there's a rhythm. That's where I kind of feel I do my best work. When I'm hitting into him, and these, you'll see the combos when he's throwing specials fairly consistently without having too much baiting. The more I have to bait specials, the longer the fight goes on, the more chances I have of making a mistake. So there we go. Now we're able to get another special 2 off. Does decent damage. I think next time, I don't know if I would use, probably still use the mutant boost. They just didn't seem to do a whole lot for me in this fight. But, 1 more special 1 from him here. And then we'll short a combo again into a special 2. And I'm just, doing the combo short because he gets the more rage stacks he has, the faster his power goes up. I don't want to push him to a special 2. That's the whole thing in this fight. Do not get him to a special 2. We don't. We throw the special 1 to finish him off. So there we are. 4 fights down, 1 to go. Feeling pretty good so far. This last fight, I'm actually fairly comfortable with. I've taken it a bunch in the off-season and on my mini account. So really, the only thing here that I have to worry about isn't Kitty Pryde. It is the power snack part of the node. That's 75% of a bar of power that she gains. She's not going to take my armors, but if I dex, Okay, she's going to steal that. And, so what I do to kind of counterbalance that is I'm going to throw on here in a second an invuln boost. That's just in case I push her to a special 3. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I could probably tank a special 3 or 2. I took it in off-season unboosted against a bishop on this node and tanked 2 special 3s and survived. So probably don't need it. Next war may not do it, but just to be safe, first war back, want to get the the full clean clear, continue my deathless streak. So here we're just hoping that she'll throw specials fairly quickly. I'm not doing much baiting. I'm not doing much dexing to trigger the power snack. Here we go. We get a special 2 off. I'm playing the one too many hits, the power stings pretty well, using them to heal me up to full from the chip damage. Really working around that node pretty well. And here we are. So she's at 2 1/4 bars of power. So if I dex, she's going to get to a special 3. So I'm trying not to. There, I triggered it. She gets to a special 3, but I say, what the heck, let's just go for it. Get the striker out and finish her off without her throwing a special 3. Very quick, very easy fight. Very nice, clean war. While I am recording this before the war is over, I feel pretty confident in the fact that we are going to win. We are well ahead. We have cleared more of the map. They have a lot more deaths than us. Taking a season off did lower our war rating, so it's not the hardest fights that we've had. So my record so far, 5 kills is 0 death, and my record is 1, or For Loki's record is 1-0. This now, if you want to stay tuned, this is from my second account, my free-to-play account. It's war fights, it's Path 6. If you want to see it, great. If not, feel free to drop. I just kind of throw these in at the end in case anybody wants to see more war fights. These are simple. You will see a death in there. I don't boost very much for these, so enjoy if you want to. But I would appreciate any likes or any subs that you can give. And until the next one, thanks all and take care.